Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to show you how I go about creating stacked harmonies to create kind of a choir effect. You hear this all the time in pop music and tons of genres and styles, but one of the first artists that comes to mind is Billie Eilish. Her brother helps create these beautiful kind of choir stacked harmonies with Billie's voice, and it's a really great way to have an intro of a song or outro of a song. You can use it at any point during a song. It could be a great pre-chorus. You could have harmonies stacked lightly in the background supporting the chorus to have a nice full mix. Really, you can use it anywhere. It's just like a really nice touch to a song, I think. So I'm going to show you how I go about that today. I'm going to show you an example of a song I've been working on recently, and then we're going to kind of do it in real time and just kind of show you kind of my creative process and how to go about starting it and doing it. So here we go. I'll let you listen to an example, and then we'll get right into making one from scratch. Here we go. All right, so that's my little example there. So I kind of had multiple layers there. Yeah, so I had about one, two, three, four, five stacked harmonies, and then I had kind of an ad lib the second time around, as you heard. All right, so anyway, let's get right to how to make a new one. So let's close out this session, and I'll bring up a new one. Save. All right, a lot of reverb. Okay, so I already opened up a audio track, and I put a bunch of reverb on it already. So what I like to do is it's harder for me to just start with a vocal and just make it up on the spot. So I kind of need, or it's much easier if I have some musical context, a chord progression. I like to start with either a piano or some kind of synth pad in the background. So let's get a pad down first of all, and then we'll have some musical context. I have a pad loaded here, and I'm just going to do a couple chords in B major, and then I'll show you what I do next. All right, so we got that pad. Let's go ahead, quantize it real quick. So I just did two chords there with a couple little extra notes. And now what I like to do is I just loop it, and I put auto tune on my voice, not because I necessarily need to have the auto tune, but having auto tune when you're just starting a song or these kind of harmonies helps you lock into the melody you're trying to find, right? And then after, if we don't want auto tune in the vocal, then we can take it out after, or we can re-record it. So I have Vocal Synth 2 for my auto tune here. We're in B major, so I just turned up strength and speed all the way. And you can use the Logic pitch correction if you don't have Vocal Synth or whatever auto tune you want to use. Or you cannot use auto tune. It's just a way for me to be able to find a melody right off the bat. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my reverb and then just kind of start improvising and see what I hear for kind of like the lead melody to stack up and down from. Okay, so here we go. Try it 1 or 2 more times. Alright, I kind of like that. Just as a bass, and then we can always get rid of it if we don't. So I like to put a ton of reverb on the take because it gives you a lot of atmosphere in that, you know, if you have the stacked choir harmonies, there's usually a lot of reverb on them to create this big atmospheric kind of fullness in the mix. Okay, so let's put this down, and then I'll show you what I do next usually. Okay, so I'm going to drag this over just a little bit so we have don't cut off the audio. And here we go. Turn on the reverb. Okay, so have kind of like a lead melody here. And now what I do basically, I just copy the track so I have that reverb. So Option click drag down. I delete that so it's not doubling it. And then I just keep going. Let's try to find a harmony. An easy one to start off with is the octave down. So let's see how that sounds. Okay, so you can hear that since I'm singing with a little more fullness, this is too hot in the mix, so I'll turn it down a bit. And then let's just give it a go. I think it'll be nice. All right, here we go. Okay, so now we have the octave down. What I usually do when I plan on copying a track, I've heard mixed things about this, but I do a second take so that I can pan it left and right, just for the sake of not doing another take of the same thing. I'm just going to copy and drag it, but I've heard that if you just copy and drag the same track, that it's just making it louder, and that doing a second take, it's not the exact same audio, right? So that it won't create any phasing issues, so that's just something to keep in mind. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to copy and drag it so we can take each. So I'm going to pan one left, one right. Going to turn down both a little bit. Okay, and now let's what I'm also going to do is beef up the reverb. Okay, so let's take a listen back to that so far. Okay, so I think I like that so far. The vocals are a little hot compared to the pad here, so I'm just gonna bring all the vocals down a bit. Okay, now, so we have one lead and then we have the octave down pan twice. I'm gonna copy the original verse track, so I have a new track for another harmony. Bring it down, delete that, and now we can start improvising a new melody, and I just kind of keep looping it and then trying new melodies. So let's see what else we can come up with. And also, I kind of experiment with how much reverb is in each one, how far or close away from the mic I am for kind of different spaces in the mix. If you're really close, it's going to have a little bit different, sit in the mix a little differently than if you stand back further. You can also mess with the gain on the mic. If you're going to stand back farther, you can turn it up a little bit. Okay, so let's see. Let's just try to come up with something else. Okay, I think that could be a little more interesting, but it works. So let's just put it down for the sake of putting it down. Here we go. Okay, so now we have another harmony, so I'm going to do the same thing. Copy the track, pan left and right. Okay, so now we have 3 harmonies, or 2 harmonies to the lead. Listen back real quick. Okay, I think that's sounding pretty good. Obviously, it can be mixed a little better, which I just do after. So let's copy another track. Now we can either delete that. We can either come up with a new harmony, or we can try to do some ad-libs over it. So let's just experiment a little bit. Oh! that was okay. I mean, it could definitely been better, but let's just keep going here. So I just keep looping it until I find something that I think sounds good. So that was an octave down from the really high one. I think that sounds kind of nice. Let's just throw it in there. Why not? Okay, I think I could get a little bit of a better take with a couple more, but I got the idea. Copy paste, left, right. Okay, I'm gonna go in, and just turn down all the vocals because we're adding volume every time. Just a little bit here. Take a quick listen. So you can hear at the end that that harmony I just recorded kind of cuts out at the end, so I'd probably do something a little different to cut through, stay full voice or something. Um, but yeah, and then after that, I just keep adding to it, panning left and right, and then I start mixing it, and then I might do some ad libs over it. But that's pretty much it. I think adding different amounts of reverb can really help create different spaces for each harmony. And just experiment as much as you can with different melodies. Keep looping it, and I think that's why the autotune is nice, because if you don't have the autotune, sometimes you can't find exactly what you're trying to do right, and the autotune can help. And then you can always take it out after and redo it once you solidify the melody in your voice. Um, all right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to hear more of this or anything similar, just let me know. Please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And I'll see you in the next video.